Here with Doug Case, the Arkansas men's head coach of the track and field program. How does that title still sound? Is it still taking some getting used to?
Oh yeah, I mean it's over time. Hopefully, it comes easier to me, and I just get used to it. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, and very pleased to be the head coach at Arkansas.
Now, you're not the only new head coach that has recently been introduced. Down the road, the football field, Ryan Silverfield recently announced the new head football coach, and he said he was going full change. He was changing light bulbs in the facility the first time we got there. But when I heard your introductory press conference, a word you used a lot was continuing what head coach Chris Bucknam had done. And just wondering if you could elaborate on that.
Yeah, I mean it's not a full overhaul here, and if you really look at what we've done for the last 17 years, we've been at the top of our game, and the program's been great, and we've had national championships and won many SEC titles. So, to come in here and rewrite everything wouldn't make sense, and we didn't do that when we got here. When Coach McDonald, from what Coach McDonald had done. So, I feel like it's appropriate, and I just want to make things as easy for the team as possible, the transition, so that they really don't even feel it. And I think so far we've done a pretty good job of that.
At that press conference where Bucknam announced his retirement, you had some words and you were pretty emotional. Whenever, I mean, just what has that partnership been like these almost 2 decades, not only here but beyond?
Yeah, I mean, we coached together for 25 years or something like that, and I told everybody, yeah, he recruited me out of high school and things like that. So we'd had a relationship for so long, and he'd done a great job of being a leader for this program and every program I was in prior to that. And yeah, it was a good relationship, and we'd done some really good things.
This is not your first stint as a head coach. You were head coach at Drake University, a program that's also known for its track and field program, not to the extent of Arkansas, you could say. But just this is probably a broad question, but how have things changed from being a head coach there to 2026 now?
Well, when I was at Drake, I had to really run the Drake relays, and so it had a lot of meet management to it, and things have changed now drastically with the portal and the way we recruit and all the monies that are involved nowadays. Back then it was pretty much straight track and field. You recruit your guys, you get them in, and you coach them. There's just a lot more to it nowadays than there was then, but it's still enjoyable. It's the same process. Dealing with the kids daily. That's the part I enjoy, and I think that's the part that I like to do, and I do a good job of that, I think.
You mentioned the changes that have happened. Obviously, in this NIL era, money is always a big talk. But I'm assuming though that you probably wouldn't have taken this position had you not gotten the assurances that yes, Arkansas is still invested in this program.
Yeah, and Hunter and I talked about that, and obviously there's room to grow and do more with the program as the years go on, and as we figure out the way these financial situations are working out in the NCAA, and our hope is that we never drop. Our standard never lowers here. We always maintain that high standard of excellence and the tradition of winning SECs, winning NCAAs, and all those things. I know that's Hunter's goal, and that's our goal too.
When you mention excellence, it's hard not to talk about Jordan Anthony. You were recently at the Bowerman Award ceremony, seeing him accept that award, not the third Razorback to win that award for the program. What did that mean, just seeing him up there getting that honor?
Well, to coach a kid like that and then to have him reach the pinnacle of what he does it was really very amazing, and I was just extremely proud of Jordan, the way he trained through the years, had some injuries the first year he was here, and he just wouldn't quit. I think I said I was surprised he came back a couple times, because I was pretty hard on him, to get him in shape and things. But yeah, what a great honor for him, and I think we're the only men's program that have 3 recipients of the Bowerman Award.
Yeah, quite an honor. Your program recently announced a new addition with Jelani Watkins, someone that will also be on the football team. Being from Oregon, I remember Dan Lanning and Jerry Schumacher talking about having to partnership in those recruiting. Is that similar with the new head coach Ryan Silverfield?
Absolutely. Coach Silverfield and myself, we dual recruited Jelani, and Jelani is a guy that can do both sports. He's a burner, man. He was third at the NCAA meet in the 100, and I don't know how he plays football, but he must be pretty good, or he wouldn't be here. So, but yeah, we teamed up to recruit him, and I feel like he's a kid that can come in, have immediate impact for track and field, and I hope he can do the same up at football.
Yeah, when it comes to that, a guy that has gotten points on the team points at national meets, are those the kind of pieces that slowly but surely, if you can get someone there, someone maybe in a field event, distance, that these team titles can come back to Arkansas's program?
Yeah, I mean, and we're still a very well-rounded team and a well-rounded program. We're going to have good jumpers, good sprinters, good hurdlers, good distance runners. You know, we've got good multi-event kids. We're still that very well-rounded program that allows us to score in a lot of events. And you know, a guy like adding Jelani to it, who's already scored at the NCAA meet, it's an impact. It's a real impact to our program. And I looked at the roster there. I think we have 14 guys who have scored at an NCAA meet, you know, prior to this year. So it's the depth. We have really good depth. We have really good top end kids. And at the NCAA meet, you know, it takes that top end athlete. You need those kids getting first, second, or third, and those points really add up quickly. And if you can score around 50 points, you know, you got a shot to win the meet every year.
Absolutely. Just wrapped up cross country season. You added Kel Wallace to your staff, a former Razorback. What is it like having another alumni on this program staff with you?
I mean, Cale did such a great job at Iowa State, and you know, getting that program to national prominence. And I think that I love the fact he's an alumni coming in here. He knows the way things work. He knows the way our program operates. He has those same instincts to try and win everything, including, you know, SECs. Let's win NCAAs. He has that same instinct and those same things that we obviously as a program try and do every year, year after year. So it's not, I don't think it's going to be a huge learning process with him, and he knows where to go, what to do, and how to do it. So, I mean, and I've been very impressed with him so far, him coming in and just taking the reins and leading that cross-country program and the distance runners, you know, as he's come in. Coach Bucknam still coached cross-country this year through the semester. But, yeah, Cale's done a great job. Very impressed with him.
Yeah, I saw him at the Arkansas Invitational that you guys recently had. You've got the Razorback Invitational coming up. Fayetteville is hosting the NCAA Indoor Championships. So just an exciting time for the indoor season. What I guess hopes and expectations for the indoor season, they've got to be high.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're a really well-rounded program, and we have depth in places that we need to have depth in the distances and the sprints. And I look at it. We always score it out, believe me. You know, we're always scoring that thing and see where we are. We haven't done it yet, but I do know we have a lot of kids that can score, and I think come time to get to the NCAA at the end of the year, indoors this year, we're going to be in that thing.
In getting to allowing Fayetteville to be on that national stage again, what will it be like seeing, you know, the best of the best at the Randall Tyson Track Center?
I mean, even this weekend or next weekend at Razorback, you've got, you know, Oregon, Texas, Michigan, Florida State. You know, the whole crew is coming in here. Florida. It's going to be a really good track and field meet. To kind of preview a little bit, and all those teams will have a lot of people at the NCAA meet, and then we have the Tyson Invitational 2 weeks after that, which is another very high-powered super meet, you know, and you know, what you're trying to do that time of year is have qualifiers for that national meet, because they only take the top 16 into the national meet. So we're looking for great competition to come in here every weekend, and then we need to go against those guys. You know, you need to get in a battle with those good teams and the good people in individual events, and kind of get tough for that NCAA meet, because it's a brawl, man. That NCAA meet's a fight.
Absolutely. Just, you know, you talked about, you know, your relationship with Coach Bucknam, but just for you as a coach, what got you into coaching, and what's kept you in it so long?
You know, I ran at Northern Iowa with Coach Buck was the head coach there, and this is how I got into coaching. It's maybe a little weird, but I was sitting in the office after I'd graduated, and Coach Bill Lawson and Coach Bucknam were in there, and they go, "What are you going to do?" And I go, "I have no idea what I'm going to do." That's exactly what I said, and they go, "Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go over and apply for grad school, and you're going to coach with us." And I go, "All right." And that's what I did. And that's literally how I got into coaching.
Wow. Yeah. And just the joy that it's brought you and kept you in the profession all these years, what has that meant to you?
Well, I mean, it's been good to me, I think. And, you know, I enjoy working with the kids. That's the fun part, the daily out there every day, hanging with those guys and getting to know them, their personalities, and then watching them succeed that's the whole thing. That's what I really enjoy doing.
The World U20 Championships are in North America in Eugene this year. Have you had conversations with guys in your team, not just Team USA, but just everyone on your roster wanting to possibly represent their country this year?
They all want to do that, that's the great thing about a place like Arkansas. Those are the kids we recruit and the kids we want. We need them to try and make that next step and be that athlete that qualifies for Worlds, qualifies for Olympic Games and things like that. So many of our athletes will aspire to be on that team when it comes around.
Yeah, that'll be fun this summer. I did have one thing, and I see the guitar over there because you said at the introductory press conference, I'm usually not in front of a mic unless I've got a guitar. Where's your love of music come from?
I don't know. Gosh, I was playing in bars when I was like 12 years old with a band. I know. So I've just been doing it my whole life and really enjoy it and play the guitar, the drums, and the trumpet. I can play all kinds of instruments, but the guitar is my real love, and it's just it's relaxing to me. It's something to do in the downtime, and I don't play in bands anymore, but those days are gone. I can't get in at 3 a.m. anymore. I can't take that. So
we won't see you down. Is there ever any chance we can see you down at the track with the guitar?
I don't think so. Not gonna happen.